Okay, so we're going to start up just like it's a brand new bottle, brand new package. All right, so first thing we're going to do is go over to the calculate times, and you'll see that we can actually set the fill times by milliliters or by fluid ounces. In this case, it's milliliters. It's 750, so we put 750 in, and then we say calculate the times. And you'll see now down here the fast time, which is again the first stage, is showing at 82.84. That's a little over 8 seconds. And then the top off time is 600, and we have again a delay between these two stages in order for foamy products to settle down before the top off occurs. So we're just going to say, hey, let's use those times, and we'll see what we have when we run the first cycle, and then we will adjust accordingly. Now you'll see we've gone back to the main screen, and now you'll see each of these pump times is the top off time. So the first stage is uniform across all 4 bottles, and now we can adjust the top off in order to get the final level that we desire. Okay, so now we've got the bottles set up, and you'll notice here we can adjust the fill bar up and down. We can adjust each nozzle in or out for the spacing, and we also have this lower bar which lets us center the top of the bottle underneath each one of the nozzles. And so it's quite flexible, and we can do virtually any size that's commonly done in the industry. So now we're going to do a first cycle and just see where we end up. Now let me also point out we are just running water. We don't have any actual product here. So you'll see this is the fast part of the cycle. This was that little more than 8 seconds. And so you'll see it stops right there. And then it finishes up. Now, we have a little differences in the actual pumps. Well, individual pumps are different. And so that's expected, and there's no reason for alarm or concern with that. So we see we need to add some to this one and this one. This one is actually pretty much spot on, and this one a little less than these 3. So we're going to do that. Now let me demonstrate the burst feature as I was talking about earlier, so that you can see how we won't waste even this first cycle. We're going to do head number 4. See that right there? We can actually just say, okay, let's bring that one up to level. Oh, now let's come over to 2. And I can actually set this amount so that it would be a little greater or a little less. But this is fine. It's just enough to get us to where we need to be. That's about right. And then here's head number 1. And so essentially from the very first cycle, we are now good to go with these 4 bottles. Okay, so we've added some time to the heads 1, 2, and 4. You remember head 3 was good, and so we'll see now where we are on the next cycle. We added actually a little more than half a second to heads 1 and 2. And we added about a quarter of a second. Okay, so we see now we're good on head 1, we're still good on head 3, and we're awfully close. Actually, we're good on head 4, but we're still a little shy there. So again, if we want to come back, we can actually say, oh, give me a little more in that one, and we'll just cap it, put a cap on it, and send it on down the line. So there's that cycle, but we're going to go ahead and add a little more to head 2. So you see now we had 600 across the screen before. Now we have 1200, 1200, 600, and 900. So we'll say, give me about 1500 here. All right. So let's get ready for the next cycle. So here we are on the 3rd cycle, and so we've added a little more time to head number 2, which we thought was still short. And so now we're filling. You'll see the first stage is fast, and then the top off is slow. All right, so there we go. So there's all 4 cycles, all 4 heads I mean, uniform with respect to the volume. And so in 3 cycles we've now set up for the run. Now if we want to, we can go save that in the recipe and name that. We could say 750 Moonshine. These are Moonshine bottles. And then recover that or retrieve that at a later date and run this same package again and go right to production runs very, very quickly.